Alright, we made it to the first floor of building 2. With level 6 card in a hand, you maybe want to use the pistol. So just use R2 and down to go to the pistol. This is if you want to kill a few guards silently like this. In my case, it wasn't even fast enough. Right, you can basically bypass this left guard, and he's constantly not there. There. In any case, we want to go from this elevator to the right side. Go up here. You can wait around this guard. And then keep on walking. Enter this door and grab the antidote. Ignore the guards basically, and after you leave you want to be at the south side wall here. Because after you go, you can just punch the guard and continue on. From here, you want to go from the level 6 card to the level 1 card. If you still have your rations, just press L2 right. If you use your ration, the level 6 card would be here, so it would be right down. This is why I kinda like the 4 ration strat still, because it still gives us nicer menus at this part of the game. And I mean, you could, if you have 3 rations, use it way later. That's up to you, and it depends of course on how all the damage values will end up being. But for the time being, even with 4 rations, having 1 ration here currently at the beginning, we have the menu L2 and right to go to level 1 card. Enter the door and then hold left immediately, because we don't want to get punched basically by these TX11 or brats. Keep going down and enter the bottom left door. And be careful, you will be slightly to the left of this guard, so if you shoot, you won't be able to hit him, as you can see. Just walk down a little bit, punch, and then move on. If you want to preserve health, if you don't care about your health, you can just walk right through them. Same thing here, punch the guy or not, it's fine. And then if you reach this room here with these 3 guards, that's when you will want to switch back to the level 6 card. So L2 left, because from here on out we're actually going to the Dr. Madnar, the real one. Just hold up like this, talk to him, he will tell you of course the order of legs that you need to explode in order to kill the TX55, and after that we're good to go. Finally saved Ellen and we saved Dr. Madnar in that order, which is also a requirement for 100%. After you leave the room, go back to the level 1 card, L2 and right, or, you know, right down if you have used your ration already. And just keep on walking. In this instance, I just keep walking here, it's not really worth it anymore saving my health. And just to demonstrate that it's not that much damage that you will take, because mostly they will just touch you. Enter the Brat's room and keep holding up so you're higher, or else the Brat will punch you. He cannot go up, he will be stuck basically on this x-axis. Just keep going to the right, and then, doing your transition, L2, left, up, to go to the level 5 card. If the level 5 card will be here at the bottom, you can actually go from the level 1 card to right, up. Again, depends if you have used your ration or not at this point. For me, it would be left, up. Enter this room here to the right, and keep following up. We want to enter the top left room, and we need to use the level 3 card. So just go left, down, left, down. It's all fine. If you have used your ration, the menu would be from this position to the down, left position where the cardboard box would be. This is where the level 3 card would end up. In our instance though, having the card, we just go from level 5, left, down, or left, down, or whatever pleases you, to the level 3 card, and we enter this door. This is the second to last POW of this floor. After this one, we come back again in the main room, go through the door, and once we are in this room, and only if you are in this room, we just go back quickly here, that's when we press select to open the codec. Ideally, if we didn't die since the beginning of building 2, depending on how your pits went, we are on 120.33. If you died until then, you will be at 120.00. In any case, just hold right until you meet 120.48, and then, there we go, press circle to confirm. This is the 4th and final codec that we need for meeting the requirement of all codecs in 100%. And we call it Jennifer just now. After the call is over, do not press select, because we want to get from the level 3 card to the level 6 card. In this instance, with the ration still intact, it will be right up. After we call Jennifer, she will have placed a rocket launcher in this top right room. This is why we want to go there. Grab it like this and we're good to go. After this, before we leave the room, you can switch from the level 6 card to the level 5 card. At this point, it might be wise already to use your ration, or you can decide to keep it up until the very last moment. For the purpose of this tutorial, and seeing as I still have at least 2 stars of ration, seeing as I have at least 2 stars of health left, I'm gonna decide to keep the ration as long as I can. It also makes my menus a little bit easier currently, because going from level 6 then to level 5, just L2 up, and then we press R2 and left to go to the rocket launcher. Or if you were on the plastic explosives and did not use the pistol, it's also just going left, because there is no bottom line at the bottom. So either if you're coming from the handgun or pistol, or from the plastic explosives, just R2 and left, and then R2 again to close the menu. Now let's just go out here. You can punch these guards to delay them, not take damage, or as you can see, they don't really give me much headache. Before we leave to the right side elevator, we're gonna save one more POW. Enter the room, hold left, go down, and enter this open door. This is the final POW of this wall. Now we just go back here and go to the right. And let's hope that Johnny doesn't fall asleep today. He did not. Sometimes he falls asleep, and this is why when I enter this room, I hold down X. And then as you can see, this would be an example. He would fall asleep, and I hold down X here in order to immediately skip the dialogue. If you're on HDC, you want to hold down circle. When we were coming from Johnny, that would be the latest point where I want to use the ration. So just go right, up, use the ration. And there's a good reason why we want to do it this way. This is why we want to use up all the rations. Because if we use the death abuse, we're not only getting ammunition for our weapons here, we'll also get rations being filled up again. If you did not use the rations, they would be placed still here at this first column, you know, 4th row. But if you use the ration before and have no rations at all again in your inventory, there's something cool. They will be placed at the end, right underneath the antidote. And for later, when we cross the desert, we don't care if the scorpions kill us. It's actually routed in that we're gonna heal us once with the ration that will be here, then go to use the antidote, and then go to the level 8 card, which will be placed here later. This is why we use up the rations before going into the staff abuse. Because rations are way easier to get for us if we have them here at this bottom right position and we're using them up earlier. That's the whole reason. So pretend that I already used the rations here. We are at full health, which is actually quite useful for us. We enter the elevator and set a new checkpoint. And now we have to die 5 times. And we do this exactly in this room because there's a death barrel right next to us as soon as we enter. So we hold right into the room and then go left immediately. And that's the fastest how we can die in RTA. Just press circle until you're good and do this 4 more times. And it takes maybe a little bit of practice to get used to the timing to enter the room and immediately hold left, but it doesn't take that long, trust me. Now, as soon as we did this the 5th time, we will get a ring. As you can see here, now we can enter the elevator. Sorry, we can enter the room and head down. A little trick that I found that's a little bit risky is that if you enter, let me just go back in there again, I messed it up, it's fine, I want to show this anyway, is if you enter the room, hold right and then down immediately, but if you hold down, you will fall into the pit. It is better though than doing what I did always, because I always waited here for the barrel to go left and then go left and down. And if you go too far to the left, you mess up. So the method that I want to teach you today is that you go into the room and hold down immediately, and then after a few steps, go left. Looks like this, so go right, down, left. And my D-pad sadly moved me back there a little bit, but we want to end up on this line. If you go into this room and hold down immediately, I'm just going to do it one more time just to show it. And every time you get this death abuse mechanic, because they was, oh, you died another time, okay. Again, we hold down here, immediately hold down and then left. So in this position. Only if we're in this position we do not fall into the pit and the death barrel cannot hit us. And this is how we can basically leave the fastest after using this death abuse mechanic.